x root x equals x plus root x. How do we solve this radical equation? Here is the solution. So we have x root x. When this guy comes to the left, we have minus x equals square root of x. So now let's assume that u equals square root of x. So, and when we square this guy, we're going to have u squared equals x. That is when you square both sides of this equation. So now, we are going to substitute all these values here. Our x now is u squared times square root of x now u minus our x is minus u squared equals square root of x is just u. So this implies u squared times u, that's u cube, minus u squared equals u. So now, let's bring this guy to the left. So we have u raised to power 3 minus u squared minus u equals 0. You will observe that u is common term here, so we can pull it out. We have u into u squared minus u minus 1 equals 0. So this implies that u equals 0 or u squared minus u minus 1 equals 0. When u equals 0, what's our x? We just plug it here, the value of u. So we're going to have x equals to 0 squared. That will be x equals to 0. So now let's consider the second equation. So we have u squared minus u minus 1 equals 0. We can solve this using quadratic formula. That is, u will be equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So a is just 1, coefficient of u squared, and b is minus 1, coefficient of u, and c equals to minus 1, the constant. So we're going to have u into minus, b is minus 1, plus or minus square root of minus 1 all square, minus 4 times a is 1, and c is minus 1, times minus 1 over 2 times 1. So u equals to, so this guy becomes 1 plus or minus 1 squared, that's 1, minus 4 times 1 times negative 1, that is plus 4 over 2. So we have 1 plus or minus square root of 5 over 2. And this implies that u equals 1 plus root 5 over 2 or 1 minus root 5 over 2. So now, we are going to consider the case for when u equals to 1 plus root 5 over 2. So we just plug it here. So we're going to have x equals 1 plus square root of 5 over 2 all square. That is into this expression. So we have the value of x to be this. And we can write this guy as 1 plus root 5 over 2 times 1 plus root 5 over 2. So when we open this bracket, we have 1 plus square root of 5 plus, that will be square root of 5. Square root of 5 times square root of 5, that is just 5 over 2 times 2, that's 4. So we're going to have 1 plus 2 root 5 plus 5 over 4. So when you have this guy, you're going to obtain, that will be 6 plus 2 root 5 over 5. When you reduce by 2, you're going to have 3 plus root 5 over 2. So the value of x is equals to 3 plus root 5 over 2. And don't forget the first solution that we obtained, that is x equals to 0. So that is the second solution, and x equals 0. For this guy, we are going to ignore it because 1 minus root 5 over 2 gives a negative result. So we are going to ignore it. So the only values of x are x equals to 3 plus root 5 over 2 and x equals to 0. So that's it. Thanks for watching.